Hey friends, Lucian here with the Bullish Bears team. Wanted to make the watch list video for Thursday, April 12th. I gotta look at my computer screen and look at the date because I have no clue what date it is. So, before I begin, let me show you here the futures. The mess still continues. Right? Gotta love this mess. It is so difficult to trade this mess, right? You can see if I zoom in here, right on the daily, you have price falling right between the 20 and the 9 EMA. Very difficult to trade this. You can see if you've been watching our patterns videos, or candlestick pattern videos, somewhat like a symmetrical triangle. Not perfect, but it's kind of sloping downwards, if you can see here. So it's kind of got a symmetrical triangle feel. But then if you start kind of putting in and connecting these dots right over here, you can now see kind of a descending triangle, right? So you see kind of a descending triangle. This part down here has kind of a symmetrical triangle feel, but it's definitely more on the bearish side of things. You can see obviously the EMAs are the 20s over the 9. And you can see, if I zoom in here, this 2649, kind of 2650 area, that fib retracement level is getting rejected. So it's just, everything's more on the bearish side here. Price needs to break out of this triangle, but even if it does, it still has lots of areas to go before it can potentially break this descending triangle, because you could also just kind of do this slope over here. You can kind of do it out over that way as well. So even if it breaks out of this triangle, it's still going to have to contend to these areas. So price needs to kind of get above this that 2800 area to maybe have it start potentially moving upwards more. But then again, you obviously have all-time highs as well. So the market's got a lot of overcoming to do, and it's just trapped inside these moving average lines, which makes it very difficult to trade. You can also, too, again, it's not clear, but if you kind of draw the circle here, you can kind of see a left shoulder, a head, right? And kind of a right shoulder here for a potential inverse head and shoulders. So there is some potential life to it. So you can see a left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then kind of right along this line's right here, kind of, there's a couple spots, but you can see kind of the neckline. So if it does break out, it might have a chance, again, and kind of an inverse head and shoulders. You can kind of, again, sometimes with these patterns, they're not going to be perfect, but it's setting up for a potential inverse head and shoulder. See if it breaks this area. But again, price has got to break above here, and it's got to get above those moving average lines and start getting these moving average lines to cross and push price back up. So this is why it's so important to learn candlesticks, learn patterns, right? So you can see a bigger, overall symmetrical triangle. You can see a descending triangle. Then when you zoom in here, you can see a pattern like this, an inverse head and shoulders. So if you're looking to do more day trading or swing trading, you want to be aware of these patterns. It's very difficult to swing trade this. You have to have guts of steel to be doing that because it's very volatile. Spreads are going to be a little bit safer or a little bit more to stomach. Day trading is probably the best option at this course when you have something going up like, going on like this and like these kind of messes over here. It's just been very crazy. It's going back all the way to February now. You have 2 months of just kind of a whole mess going on. So ideally, you either want the market kind of trending upwards or you want it to trend downwards, so it's easier to play things to the downside if the market just starts going down. But when it starts going like this, it gets really messy and very difficult to trade. So let's get into the watches tomorrow. Let's see if there's anything to look at that's decent. So we're basically looking for stocks that are holding their highs or holding their lows. So for stocks to continue either potentially upwards or downwards. Again, we're putting out the swing trades during this this mess that's going on. But the swing trades are kind of getting more to be like day trades. Again, don't just take a trade just because an alert goes off, regardless of whether it's a day trade or a swing trade. Number one, you shouldn't be trading with real money unless you know how to trade in the first place. That's why we preach over and over and over again. Practice in a virtual account until you feel comfortable. But if for whatever reason you're deciding to trade, just because an alert goes off does not mean to buy it, because this is very messy and very tricky. So you'll see a lot of these stocks on both sides, day trading and the swing trading stocks, they run with the market. So if the market goes up, many times the stocks tend to run with it. When the market goes down, it tends to go down with it. But then when it goes kind of like sideways like this, it's very easy to get trapped in trades. And especially with options, they could make your stomach go a little bit crazy watching that time decay, right? So let's take a look and see if there's anything good to look at. Don't like those. What I've been finding, obviously you've been seeing past month or two, it just gets a little bit tricky. Like a lot of these ones where, they might hold their highs, but then they're caught or stuck between like moving average lines, or the pattern's not very exciting, right? This one right here, it's not so bad, but it's just kind of like, it's closing around 60 cents and you have this resistance around 65 cents here. So it's not like, again, they can go and pump and then dump, right? So let me see if I like this. And this one actually might not be too bad, but you have this right around that 66 cents. So it's both flagging here on the hourly. It's kind of closer to resistance. I don't really like it, so I'm not going to put it on. PKD. Nope. No. Lots of drawings on this one. GSS, I think that's gold. Is that gold company? Let's see if I can pull up. Maybe not. Huh. Oh, I just noticed something here on Thinkorswim. I didn't realize when you just double click this. That's pretty cool. Huh. I like this. I didn't realize when you double click here, it makes the screen go split. So for those that are watching this video, because I like to have a two screen like this, but sometimes I like to have it wider, right? So I guess if you just do it right here, just double click this right here, it opens right up. Super cool. All right. I wonder if I do that over here. Oh, nice. Look at that. Interesting. So if you do it right in this, right next to the link color, just double click in there and it pulls. That's really cool. I might have to make a Thinkorswim video on that. That's super cool. All right, nice. There we go. Learned something new today. So let's take a look at the hourly on this one. It's approaching. If this can get above 62 cents, might have a chance to run. Let's see over here. Yeah, then it's got up to, there's lots of overhead right through this area. So I'm not going to put that one on. GST, no. I just wish the market would choose a direction, and it would just make it so much easier to trade these. If it just chooses to go up or down, this sideways action just makes it very, very difficult. Let's see here. Let's see, let me move that. Come on. Let's do this. This one might be starting to kind of break out of the down channel here. Might have some room to run. On the hourly, let's go to the daily again. So if that can get up around above 85 cents, might be making a play. So if it can get above that area, let me just move. Let me kind of do it down this way a little bit. Let me take a look at the hourly here, see how that adds up. There's also this one. So it's kind of breaking out already over the one. So you can see in the hourly I had it a little bit closer, but on the daily it's kind of already breaking out of that. So, so on the daily, it's potentially starting to move out, break above it. It kind of pulled back around this moving average line here, the 50. But if we look at the hourly, it's already above the moving average line, so it's a little bit overextended. But it might have some room to run. I'd say up to, be careful of $1, right? So I kind of put it at $1. So it might have some room to run up. Gotta watch and see. So I will put above. Let's just put 81 cents. Potentially breaking out of down trend if 85 breaks, watch for resistance around $1. Whole and half dollar amounts, right? Psychological support and resistance area is very important. So GSAT. All right, so let's take a look at DPW. So again, it's getting rejected by that 50 SMA. It's got to get above that, 85 cents, this area right over here. If it can, it might have some room to go to $1. If it breaks above $1, it's got some room, right? So it's got room to run if it breaks. DPW, no. Potential, let's see here. So let's break. It's closing above the 9 and the 20. It's got the 50 SMA to deal with. Let's take a look at the hourly. It's above the moving averages on the hourly. It's got that one. Is that 150? Let's see here. 150 or so to deal with for resistance. Take a look at the daily. It's got 132 and 150 to deal with. It's kind of bull flagging on the way up here. You can see RSI is kind of pointing upwards. So let's take a look at the hourly. Price is just right above the 200 on the hourly. So let's see if the 130 is in this area. So yeah, look at that right there. So that's kind of right where the resistance was, this area right here on the daily, right? So if I go back to the daily, you'll see it's very close to that 50 SMA, right? So going back here, I'll put, it's got some potential to run a little bit. Let's see, at or above. Let me fix that. At or above. Potential continuation with resistance around 130 and 150. Let's see, so that's ARGS. And let me see if I put, okay, both of them are at or above. Perfect. All right, so let's take a look at the next one. AXON. Messy. Nope. Nope. Possible. Let's take a look at that one. Bit overextended on the 5-minute, but let's take a look here. Might be getting ready to pump. It has a history of pumping and dumping. Pump, dump. So, what is this right here? 160 area. You can see pumping and dumping, right? Very big history of doing that. Let's take a look at the hourly. Pump, dump, pump, dump. You can see a 160 area. If you can break 160, I mean, these ones are, it just can go really anywhere at this point. You can see 160, 180-ish right here. What's that? Right around $2. I just put $2. So this has a little bit of room. Let me see on the hourly again. Let me go back. So on the hourly, it's above the moving average lines. It is overextended, right? On both the 5-minute and the hourly. It could get pumped up, as you can see. It got pumped up in the past. So, I don't know. It's a little bit overextended for me, but let me just see here. Yeah, so it might get pumped up. History of pumping. So, let me put... The reason why I don't like it in general, but the reason why I'm going to put it on is you can see it got overextended for a while here. It pumped up, right? And you can see back here, pumped up. So this shows that it has a history, and that pumped from $1.23 to $4.70, right? So it has a history of pumping where this stock could get pumped up. So let's put, let's see, 137. History of pumping. Watch for resistance at 160 and 2. Got a pump up to 470 recently. All right. Let's see here. So that was back in, when was that? Let me go back to the daily. So that was, yeah, just a few months ago, right? So pumped up, and then it's going to dump, right? So this one might have a pump, or it just might go up here and kind of drop, right? Just a garbage pattern. Again, these are day trading companies. They're pump and dumps, right? Pump and dump. All right, so let's see the next one. Nope. It's a little close to the 20 EMA. Let's see on the hourly. If it can break 150, it might be potentially breaking a downtrend. Let's see here. Yeah, it might be starting to break out of that downtrend, or it might reject, right? So you can see rejected, rejected, rejected. It's broaching again. It's kind of in this downtrend, right at that 145 area. Let's take a look at the daily. You see this falling wedge pattern. This one might have a shot. If it breaks out, if it can break above 160, it's got room to run. So I'm going to put that one on. I'm going to put, what is this, 45. Major falling wedge. If price gets above 150, watch for resistance at 50 SMA and could run if gets above that. All right? So, big falling wedge. If it breaks above 150, look out for 160 resistance. If it gets above 160, this thing could potentially run, right? It might break out of a downtrend. Got to watch and see. FMCC. All right. All right. Freddie Mae. It looks like Freddie Mae and Fannie Mac here, huh? Same thing with this one, huh? Same thing with this bad boy. Let's take a look on the hourly. So almost the same exact patterns. Let's connect the dots here. Same thing. This one looks like it's about to break above the 200. So this one might be breaking out. They might both be breaking out above. Got to watch and see. Got to watch that 156 area. And let's go back to the daily. So you can see again, big falling wedge pattern. You can see that 167 area of resistance, right? Let me go back to FMCC. Kind of just put it right here. Almost identical pattern, right? These patterns are both very identical. So if it can get above there, it's got room to run. If it can get above that, what is this, FMNMA, if it can get above that 167 area, it can run. So let's see here. Watch for continuation. If price can get above 50 simple moving average, it has room to run. Right? So falling wedge, downtrend might be breaking out. If it does, got to get above the moving average lines, see if it can run. FNMA. Let's see here. Nope. Nah. A little bit overextended for me on the daily. Yeah, a little bit too high. This one's been trending upwards more than 3 green days. I expect a pullback on that one soon. Gotta wait and see. Right here. Reject right at that 218. Watch for a potential double top there. Not gonna put that one on. Don't like that. Nope. No. That one has some potential. Let's see here. So let me drill in on this one, ARQL. So you can see it's about ready to close above the moving average lines. Watch for 335 area. Where's $3? Right here. All right. So you want to see if it can move up, if it can, obviously $3 resistance. If it breaks $3, it's got room to potentially go up to that 335 area. So perfect. See that? Just makes sense. So it's closing now above the 9 EMA. This has a 3 inside up pattern right here. You'll see this a video on this. Hopefully you're watching our candlestick patterns videos. Very important to watch those videos. We're putting out a bunch. We're definitely posting at least one a day, sometimes 2 a day. We still have another, I don't know, 15, 20 more to go. You'll see this right here is a 3 inside up pattern, potential reversal pattern. So this is showing a potential confirmation of a reversal to continuation up, right? Again, this is not like, if you saw this on a larger cap company, I'd be more excited for longer term. This might just, hey, it might only go up a day or 2 more, and that's it, right? You can see these things are just pump and dumps, right? I don't know anything about this. It may be a legit company, but that's a 3 inside up pattern, right? Bullish Harami right here, the smaller green candle inside the red candle, and then the third candle closed above it, 3 inside up. Very similar to an evening star pattern if this was down over here, right? If this was down below this red candle. Very similar pattern, evening star, 3 inside up, tell the same, very similar story. Again, reversal pattern. So all that to say, that's why I will put that one on the watch list to watch, ARQL, at or above 285. Do 3 inside up pattern on daily, potential reversal with resistance around 3 and, oops, 3, what the heck, 3 and 335. Create ARQL. There we go. I like to see ideally these patterns. It's tough to find a lot of the patterns on these small cap companies. You can see a lot of these patterns on the major companies a lot. But on the smaller cap ones, it's kind of tougher because you get like, they happen so quickly, right? This is a very nice looking potential reversal pattern, and it's right above the 9. Doesn't mean it's going to go up. Obviously, you have this resistance here. But again, $2.85 to $3. If it goes up there, it's 15 cents, right? If you bought 1,000 shares, it's 150 bucks. That's what you're looking to make when you're day trading. 15, 20, 10 cents, right? Not always looking to hit the home runs. All right, so that one's continuing up there. Potential double bottom pattern there. So you can see here's a bottom here, potential double bottom. You can see some support now right around here. Price kind of broke out. Now you got this resistance right around $3. If it can get above 3. Let's see here. Kind of right there. Let's take a look at the hourly. Yep, see how it coincides there. So it is overextended on the hourly. It's kind of bull flagging. If it can get above $3, it's got room to run up to 350 area. Then you have up here, right? These areas. So which one's this right here? 310. Let's kind of do that. Let me see. Let me look at the daily again. Overextended on the hourly. Still has room to run. I'm just trying to see if I'm going to have it. You can see a 9 and 20 crossover too. I like that. So I'll put that one on the watch list. At or above 298. If price can get above 3, watch for resistance around 310, then room to run up to 350. All right, so that's AUY. No coincidence. Gold has been trying to make a play. So AUY is a gold company. It's a gold stock. So that would make sense as to why it's trying to do that. Can, good old pot stock pump and dump. Garbage pot stock. But, I mean, it's hard to ignore. Might be trying to make a run. Let's go to the hourly. Starting to kind of potentially break out of that. You have $4 resistance. Just kind of do it right at $4. Come on. Get some resistance right over here. That 320s. 350 is a natural resistance as well. Let's see. Let's go to the daily. Let's see here. It's got a little bit too much resistance for me right now. I don't like it. No. No. This one's holding or moving up. A little close to resistance. What is this one around? 514. Let me see on that hourly. Kind of very overextended. Kind of big cup position, cup pattern. That's what I want to say. Let's see here if it's got some room. It's rejecting right there right now. A little bit too close for comfort for me right now. Let's see here. KERX. That one's holding its highs. I'd watch out right around $5 though. It's been moving for a few days, kind of this cup pattern. That would make me a little bit nervous. Lots of rejections there, so I'm not going to put that one. FMSA. No, don't love it. No. No. Nope. Nope. And, no. That one's still moving up. It's got that 638 resistance. Might do a 920 crossover. Kind of has a history of pumping and dumping. Let's take a look at the hourly. That might have some room. I would only day trade it. But let's see, let's get to this area. It's already a little bit overextended to my liking, so I'm not going to put that one on. Let's take a look at the hourly. Might be setting up a little bit. Really kind of choppy. I don't like it. BRFS. Some of these, they're very tough to tell. If the market was in an uptrend completely, I might put them on more, but it's just tough. The market could either jump up tomorrow or it could tank. So that's why I'm a little bit more cautious, you know? Take a look at the hourly. Kind of got a cup and handle pattern here. That one's a little overextended as well. And I'm not loving it. And nope. And PVG, that was talked about a lot today. That had a big jump up. So let me zoom in on this one. Let's take a look on the hourly. Yeah, it's got a nice, that's a nice bull flag, right? That's for, or a bull pennant, right? Look at this. Bull pennant. That's really nice pennant. Man, see if that breaks out. Is there a gap over here? Let's take a look over here. There's a gap right here. Let's see. So there is a gap on the hourly. That has some room to run. I might be setting up. Let's take a look at the daily where that is. Yeah, and there's a gap right. Let me zoom in here. Right here. So this one might have room. I would see, where is that? 930. I mean, it's got room, even that 917 area. So this one's got room, but it is overextended, but it's got that bull pennant, right? So you got to be aware of this overextension, but this has room to pump up more, so you got to watch, right? Got to see what happens. I like the hourly and the 5-minute setup. A little bit concerned on the daily, but might be forming this kind of cup pattern or an inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, kind of that neckline. So base of the gap around 935, I'd say 200 SMA, be aware of that. All that to say, at or above 827. Bull pennant formation on 5-minute and 1 hour. Watch for continuation with resistance at 200 SMA on daily. Then gap. All right. 200 SMA, gap, resistance if it moves up. PVG. And let's see if there's anything bearish that I want to take a look at. All right. Nightly scan. Bearish. Ah, good. Only 3. All right, so that's telling you. And, Look at that long-legged doji for those that have been watching. And Coon, nothing. So there you have it. So that's the watch list for tomorrow. Again, just to recap for those who are watching, very tricky to trade these. You'll see most of the plays are bullish here. Doesn't mean the market's going to be bullish tomorrow. It's trapped right inside this triangle. It's either going to break out or break down. You can see bullish potential with this inverse head and shoulders. Got to break above this 2680. So, perfect example. These are bullish plays, right? Let's just say hypothetically, the stock market has a good pump, right, the next day or two, and it pushes up, right? So that makes sense. That's okay. You know, these might have some bullish days for a day and then dump off, right? So they might, if the market runs up, they might get the pop. That would make sense. Maybe the market's going to go green for a little bit tomorrow. Maybe it pushes these up. Maybe the market sells off and then these dump, right? Again, these run with the market. I'm going hypothetically, or you can have, you know, they run with the market. So I'm saying hypothetically, meaning I don't know what the market's going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow, the market could, whatever, God knows, who the heck knows with all the news going on. The market could open and just tank tomorrow, right? And if it tanks tomorrow, then, you know, many of these stocks would run down with it. You'll see, like, again, some of these ones that were on the watch list as swing trade puts that I had on from a couple days ago, they've actually gone up, right? They're trapped inside. You'll see with Disney. At Disney, you'll see right here, we've been talking about this one. It's been doing some fake outs. I think I had it on from Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday. I think it was, yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday. So you'll see this is where it's gotten caught up. And so I think I probably had it on to fall below this level right here, this $99 level. That's where I was looking for it to fall below, right? But you'll see the past 2 days it's gone up, right? So it kind of, I don't want to say it's necessarily faking out, but it's going with the market, right? But as you can see, it's still being rejected by this angular momentum, or this angular trend line, or whatever you want to call it, right? So it's still rejecting, it's not getting above it. But it could easily break out and go above, but it could also easily fall. It's still kind of in that descending triangle pattern. So again, that's why you got to watch the alerts and see what happens. Sometimes those alerts take a while to go off. Sometimes they'll go off and then you'll get a fake out. But I mean, this doesn't give me much confidence right now because it could still easily go up. It might break out of this area here, but then you would still have, you know, it would still be, you just kind of change it to go with this 50 SMA, right? So it's still heading downwards, but it is a falling wedge. It might want to break out a little bit. So that's why it's got to be careful with some of these where, you know, watch these areas as resistance and support. So Disney can go either way right now, right? When I had DWDP on from a couple days ago, same thing, right? So this falling wedge, it did. So I think I had it probably on right over here. What did it do? It didn't fall. It broke out, right? So it broke out, and then you can kind of change right over here. You can kind of do it right over here now. So it still has this, you know, it's still kind of in the way. It's still trapped in this, yeah, near the moving average lines. So sometimes you got to watch. It'll fall, or it'll fake out. It'll go up a couple days. Now you can see this area that was resistance, it broke above. Now it's support. No coincidence, it's right above that 9 EMA. So it could go, if a market moves up, it might go back and continue upwards, or it may fade. So that's why you'll see we're getting, you know, it's a little tricky calling stuff out when you're trying to trade the market where it's in between those moving average lines, and trading sideways gets a little tricky, right? So that's why these swing trades are, there might be more day trades at this point until we can kind of get a market to choose a direction, right? That's what we want. Market to either go up or go down, and choose a direction. So that's what I've got for you guys. Just kind of wrap it up here. If you're not a member of our Facebook group, you can come and join us over here with the Bullish Bears. Feel free to like and follow our fan page as well. If you haven't been to our website yet, we have a day trading room, a swing trading room, great places to learn and practice. If you haven't looked at other trading rooms and stuff before, again, we're not saying we're the best out there by any means. Every room has their There are positives and negatives. We're still going to, as we continue to grow, we will be adding more on. So I'll keep it at that. We might be adding some more things on there. But one thing that we like to kind of pride ourselves on that you might not find in other trading rooms is we do a lot of teaching, right? So one thing you're not going to find is you're not going to see us calling out trades, right? So we're not going to say get in and get out or where we get in and get out. We're not about that. Our trading rooms and really everything that we do is all about helping and teaching people. Who cares what's in our brokerage account? Who cares if we're making money? Who cares if we're even trading? Like, it doesn't matter. That stuff doesn't matter, right? I mean, I could be dead broke, or I could be or I could be rich, right? It doesn't matter if I'm rich or if I'm poor. That doesn't affect how you trade, right? If I call out winning trades and I'm not trading, or I'm a terrible trader, or I'm completely broke, that doesn't affect what you that doesn't affect you, right? My point being in all that is when you're calling out, again, there's no hatred. That's why there's other, you know, big name brokers. They might trade, or big name trading accounts. They may be trading, they may not. They're calling out trades. My point being is all these other, like a lot of other trading rooms, they're controlling the price of a stock, right? Or they're helping to manipulate it. So it's kind of pumping, like a stock pumping room. That's something you're not going to find with us. So we're in there teaching each day in our trade room. We're not in there saying, hey, get in the stock or get out of it, right? We have a very large community. We could create, we have a lot of influence over potential price movement, especially in these stocks. Like if we said, you see these watch lists that we do each night, right? We send them out to our free and our paid members, but they also get moved a lot throughout the internet, other major Facebook groups as well. Like, so when we share our watch list, we know it's not going out just to just our group. We know it's going out to many other places as well. So there's a lot of influence that we can do on price movement of a stock, but that's not what we're about, right? So we're basically, when you're in our trade rooms, we just like to set that precedent of every day you're coming to work. Every day you're taking our trade room or taking our watch lists, our alerts, you're putting them in, you're practicing, putting them into your brokerage account, you're practicing in your virtual account until you feel comfortable. But in our trade rooms each day, you're going to see us calling out support, resistance. We're posting charts. So it's a lot more that you're going to need to be more paying attention to, right? So you're getting a lot more activity. And we've been members of other trading rooms, again, not throwing hate or shade their way. I mean, everybody runs things differently. Some people want to just know when to get in and out, and then they're done, right? It's a little difficult. Like if you're a newbie and you're paying another trading company and you're waiting for them to tell you when to get out, the problem that you're going to have is you're going to be up against all of their followers. You're up against hundreds, if not thousands of people, depending on what trade room you're in, getting in and out of a stock. So if you're a newbie, it might be nice to see where to get in and get out, but it's not going to help you to become a better trader. It's just going to make you be a panic trader and when to get in and out. Because the whole thing, whether you're doing day trading or swing trading, it's all about support and resistance and learning how things work and how things run. So when you're seeing, we give lots of hints in the room. So you'll see we're going to show areas of support and resistance. We'll post charts of things that we're looking at, but we're not telling you, again, when to get in and get out. That's where you want to come in each day and just be prepared, right? We send out the Trade Ideas pre-market watch list. We have the watch list at night. We have the alerts. So we're kind of setting you up basically, you might find something. We might be distracted by either something on our watch list or Trade Ideas, and something might pop up on Trade Ideas or our watch list, and you might think that might be a better trade, right? We're not perfect traders by any means. Many times we lose on trades, so we're kind of making it like a level playing field, right? So we give you the watch list. We're also giving you, if you log in onto your account over here, the Trade Ideas link each day, so you can see our live Trade Ideas scan. That's a $100, $120 tool a month for a scanner where you can see what's happening live each day. So that's really how it works. Like every day, people that are members of our community, you're coming to work. There's no freebies. There's no handouts. Well, actually, we give lots of freebies, but the freebies only work if you're willing to come to work, right? Like if you're coming to work and work hard each day, that's what it's all about. And that's how it works. This is trading every single day. If you've been following us, that's what we do every day. We're in our trade rooms. We have a day trade room, a swing trade room, and we're just practicing, sharing, and doing our best we can. We're going to be adding more on, so stay tuned as we continue to grow. Again, Tim and Dan still work full-time jobs. I'm the only one doing this full-time, but I'm running many different hats. Lots of there's just so much. Never mind, all the content that we put on our website, all of this, it all has to look perfectly, go out there perfectly, make sure it looks good, sounds good. All of our posts, never mind, the same thing with all of our videos, making sure everything aesthetically works, all the stuff back behind the scenes. So I'm kind of running multiple hats on things to keep things flowing with you guys. So as we continue to grow, we're all about growing our community, bringing Tim and Dan eventually on full board, and just continuously giving you guys more and more content and making things flow better for you guys. With that, again, take our courses. As you can see, thousands of dollars worth of free courses to get you started. So if you're new and you want to know where do I begin, well, start over here. This will keep you busy for a few months with lots of content. And as you can see, kind of just wrapping it all up here. If you're new and you don't know how much we cost, we're $10 a month. We're the cost of a Netflix payment or an Amazon Prime membership for the year. So you get all of this. We're also going to be adding on a couple candlestick courses, which are going to be awesome. We're already putting the videos out. So if you're waiting, hey, when's the course going to be launched? Well, just watch the videos. Go back from one up to the most recent one. You'll still get the content. I'm going to put them into the courses, but I'm releasing the videos in order and how they're going to be in the course anyway. So again, I didn't want to blast everybody with 50 or 60 videos all at one time, just kind of slowly dripping them out. Probably have another couple weeks or so to go, and then we're going to put together like probably an ebook. That's going to take some time to put together as well, and probably some desktop wallpaper. I want to get a nice computer desktop wallpaper. As you can see, this is one I just kind of just grabbed off the internet. I like this, right? Just typed in candlestick patterns, and then I liked this one. So we're going to do something like, I'm not saying this is bad. This is one of the nicer ones that are out there. I want to take ours and kind of ideally make it a little bit more real world looking and kind of with our style. So ideally we're going to put something together like this, probably a couple of them, and have them for you guys as well. So we're going to offer that to obviously paid members. And again, we're $10 a month. And last but not least, just subscribe to our YouTube, click the notification bell. I mean, if you've been over to our YouTube channel, it's pretty much self-explanatory. Just look at just non-stop content. And going back to the candlesticks videos, as you can see, we started with bullish candlesticks to bearish, and as you can see, just go this, just in order, right? Look at all these videos right here. All of these, all the way up, still going, and we still have another 15 or so more to go. If you're like, that's way too overwhelming, I can't watch all those videos, then you're going to probably fail as a trader. Not saying that to be a jerk, but because every single one of these videos is important. I didn't make them for my health. I'm putting them out there, and I'm putting them in exact order because they all tell the entire big picture story of support and resistance, right? You can see big patterns like this, falling wedges right here, a big falling wedge. Then you can zoom in and see other patterns like, kind of a head, left shoulder, right shoulder. So you have head and shoulders. You can see all other patterns. You can see a rising wedge here, kind of a rising wedge here. So it's patterns within patterns within patterns. So that's it. I kind of figured I made this one a little bit longer, giving you some extra technical analysis stuff, giving you more nuggets. I'd like to, again, I can make these videos 15, 20 minutes long, but you're not going to learn anything from them because it's going to be the same old each day. You want to see chart after chart after chart, patterns in how things work. And again, trading is hard work. It takes lots of studying. And that's enough for my rambling for now. Happy trading tomorrow. And, yep, that's what I got. Enjoy.